Uncut edition. Say it just how you feel it.
No filters, no fluff, just real talk with the full flashpoint fam. Get with it.
From hot takes to belly laughs, the crew is locked in and ready.
From debates that might get a little spicy, including all VIP members.
This is where vibes meets voice, jokes meets truth, and we talk things.
We are here to get real.
It's raw, it's real, and it's about time.
Big conversations. This is Flash Talks, the Uncut edition. Flash Farm. What are the things then now? Real people, real voices, real conversations.
Flash Talk, the Uncut edition, at 7 p.m. every Thursday, right here on Flashpoint.
Hey, Flash Fam, good night. I don't know if it's because of the topic that I'll be speaking on tonight, but it seems like I'll be solo. I hope that's for a little bit, but if not, then you, the audience, will have to keep my company tonight, right? So, welcome to Flash Talk, the Uncut edition, where faith meets fire and freedom is the dress code. I'm Nicola, your moderator. And listen, tonight's topic is gonna be juicy. Well, it was supposed to with my guest, but anyway, moving on. It's gonna be joyful and just a little holy, rebellious a bit, just a little, just a tad bit, right? Now, tonight's topic is called "Girls Just Wanna Have Fun." And before you think about wild nights and bad decisions, let me stop you right there, sis. No, it's not that kind of. No, we're not doing that. This ain't that kind of party, okay? Tonight we're flipping the script on what it means to have fun as a Christian woman. And can I tell you that so far I feel like I'm having fun all by myself. But I would have a better time if I had company. But that's okay. I see Michael and I see Mario, but they told me this is not their topic. So they won't be chiming in tonight. Now, we're talking about having fun without guilt. How many of you can say you have had fun and you didn't feel any way about it? You felt free after? Well, it's about laughing without trauma bonding. And traveling, thriving, dating, for those of you who date, maybe, and dancing. Yeah, Christian girls dance, may not be the best at it, but once I hear some music, for sure, I'm gonna move. And all of this we can do without losing our soul or our standards. And yes, we're talking about sacred self care, right? Holy hot girl seasons. Did you know that Christians are hot girls too? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And choosing joy on purpose, even in a world that wants to drain you dry. Who said Christian girls, Christian women cannot have fun? Well, hear me out. Jesus didn't save us girls to be boring. No, he didn't. As a matter of fact, when Jesus was on earth, was his life boring? As a matter of fact, he was the life of the party at one point, right? When he had to turn the water into wine, right? He saved you to make you whole, and whole woman, WHOLE, whole woman dance, laugh, dream, and live, not just survive. As a matter of fact, I think it's wonderful to be practicing down here because when we get to heaven, of course, there's going to be dancing, there's going to be singing. So why not start from here? So we want to keep it cute. We want to keep it Christ like, and we want to keep it completely unfiltered. And you may be wondering, how do we do all of that? But it can be done. But tell you what, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we will continue with the topic. Girls, or in this case, girl, just want to have fun. We'll be right back.
How to produce your podcast? Flashpoint Media makes it very easy. We can relieve you of the headache by recording your podcast for you. So, take the first step to getting your content to your desired audience. Contact us here at Flashpoint and your podcast will be live in no time. Our website is www.flashpointmedia.ky or call us at 345-321-6969. That's 345-321-6969.
Alright, and welcome back to Flash Talk, the Uncut edition. And yes, we are looking at the topic, girls just wanna have fun. So we're at the loosen up segment. And so I had these questions for my guests, but I guess I'll have to answer them. So my first question was, what is one thing you do just for fun? And this is where I'm going to ask you, ladies mostly, guys, you can chime in as well. Ladies mostly, to tell us in the chat. Or if you want to call, some of you may have my number, that's fine. But you can put it in the chat. What is it you do just for fun? No pressure, no productivity, just vibes. Put it in the chat and I'll certainly read it. Now, for me, just for fun, I enjoy watching detective series on Netflix. There is something very intriguing about these detective shows. I also like going to Cayman Bay and getting their grape nuts gelato and just going and sit by the stone wall. I really enjoy that. And also, I enjoy going for long drives. And I think I spoke about this already, going for my long drives, but it doesn't stop there, guys. Like, I have to get my drive, I have to make sure that my window is down and my music is loud. Yeah. So that's therapy for me. And that's me enjoying the drive, going all the way from Georgetown to North Side and driving back. Especially when you hit that part going up Eastern, it's like you forget all about your worries. Yeah, and when those songs that you enjoy kick in, whew, let me tell you, that is fun. That is relaxing. And I look forward to that, right? Now, number two, my next question. And listen, I want to hear from you, guys, put your responses in the chat. Don't leave me hanging. What's the most spontaneous thing you have ever done this year? So, for me, just a few weeks ago, my family and I, we had to go to Jamaica for my brother-in-law's funeral. And on the final day before coming back home, we were walking around and I spontaneously went into the Fenty store. Now I've always felt like Fenty and all those brands are for the girly girls. And somehow I found myself in there. And I started walking around, looking around. And then I found their lip gloss section. And I could not refuse. I had to get their lip gloss. And I'm telling you, the price I paid for the lip gloss, maybe I could have gotten three regular ones. But hey, in the moment, I was kind of feeling myself. I was feeling really girly. And when I put it on, it felt so good. So good. I could not leave it. And the truth is, maybe I may not buy another one, but I believe it was worth it. It will last me quite a while. And so that was something spontaneous that I did. I know it may seem a bit boring, but for me, woohoo, I accomplished something. Yeah. So what about you? What is something spontaneous that you have done, especially this year, for fun? All right, so I'm checking the chat and I see one of my friends, D. Bless up yourself, Desmond. I see you, Michael. Thank you, and Mario. So, gentlemen, I see you on the chat. You can say you can say what you do to have fun, or what is it you do to maybe help your significant other to have fun. Die, if you want to chime in, you're welcome to do that as well, my dear. Now, my next question is if your joy, if your joy had a soundtrack, uh-huh, what's the first song on the playlist? Now, ever since I thought about this topic for the show, this song has been ringing in my head. Oh, girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls, they wanna have fun. Anybody else know it? Michael, you know that one?
Let me pull up a microphone, and since I'm not on the stream, I'm gonna pull up I'm gonna put up a microphone and said yes, I do know the song, and I enjoy listening to those songs and playing. And every time
Yeah.
I play it, I would see lots of people get a lot excited and
Yeah.
enjoying it. And so I do love to see girls have fun. I do enjoy watching the
Yay.
girls have fun, and I grew up watching girls having fun, and I enjoyed having fun with them as well. So
I can imagine
you
so.
can just imagine, right? So it is really interesting. It's a very interesting, but as you should bring that song into play. So yes,
For real.
but the
For
song
real.
the song itself says, "Girl, just want to have fun."
Yes.
And so for the guys, we are troubled by it sometimes when the girls just want to have fun when we are so serious about it. All right, so I know that's not the way it's going, but I leave it right there.
Yeah, and the truth is, I mean, I think men should appreciate when girls actually go and enjoy themselves. That's less stress for men, believe it or not.
Oh man, Nikki, you're saying something that is very interesting because
Yes,
as you said that, of course you can have what you call a girls' night out, and so my lady came home one evening and she said to me, I'm going out for the girls' night out. She came home, she's working at this very established establishment where
yes,
and so she said, we have girls' night out tonight. So I said, all
yeah,
right, but I said, so all right, so I'm not going to take you. As normally I would take her wherever, So she
right,
said, I'm not. No,
right,
she's going to be picked up by the girls and they're going to go out.
right.
So I asked her the next question: are there only going to be girls there? So we're not going. So
For sure.
I'm done. So when she answered the question, she said, no, there are going to be some guys here. So I said, what about then? The next question. So I'm not
Yeah,
going to get it.
yeah,
So
for
that
sure.
just brought another situation. So I just said, what?
And
Go on.
the truth is, there is something about when women, especially Christian women, come together to have fun. And I'm so happy that I have Dai Dai That's not her real name, but that's what I call her. She's online tonight, and for her, she enjoys vacation with family. And of course, she put in that, hey, sometimes she does miss me on some of those trips. Talk the truth, die. Am I not a good travel companion? Talk up, no? Hurry up for those in the back. And thank you. She did say that the lip gloss is shiny. Yay! So I did not spend my money in vain. And Desmond says, so is it Cindy Lauper? Did I get that name right? Is it Cindy Lauper who sang that song? Oh, girl, they wanna have fun. And I know because of copyright we can't really play it, but hey, though I'm sure somebody is singing that right now as we speak. Huh. And then my song is if there is a song by Beres Hammond. I know some of Beres Hammond's song, but I don't think I've heard that one. I'll have to go listen to that one when I get home for sure. Thank you, Desmond. All right. So, anybody else? What is your soundtrack? If Joy had a soundtrack, what's the first song on the playlist? Michael, do you have a song that you would, when you think of Joy, like this song?
The song that I think of comes to mind for joy,
Yeah.
happiness. Oh my wow.
Happiness, that one?
I have. Which song would you think? I have so many songs in my mind. I
Won't
have.
get me in trouble. I won't
Get
do
this.
it. But I know that you're a Bob Marley guy.
Yes,
I
I am.
know.
I am definitely a Bob Marley.
Yeah, I know that for
Yes. So
sure.
if
I
I should
know that.
start, it would end up in another place. But for me, the songs that brings energy to me and joy to me is
Yeah.
different songs, different genre of music
Right.
that does
Right.
it, whether it be religious or it's a secular. And
Mm.
within secular, there are different aspect of that genres within that as well. And
Right.
so it does. So there are myriads of different songs. I like the guy Sam Cooke. He does well with that. I love the jazz singer as well.
Ah,
So I like different levels.
different
I
songs.
like I
Nice.
like Fats Domino. I like these songs. And I
Right.
also come back to the 25th century where I like Chris Martin or you know Ramon Virgo, where they sing
Right.
some real elegant song. I like Alton Ellis. And so if I would play a song this evening, I would go for the medley that Ramon Virgo actually done from Alton Ellis, which sing three of his main songs from the
Mm-hmm.
Alton Ellis catalog of music that would have been a resonating songs with me that just brings joy every time I hear it. It just
To your heart.
brings a pleasure,
Um,
So, and history.
while you say that, Michael, I remember growing up. I'm so happy that my parents are not online, and I hope it's for
what is interesting, Maniki, that these are on-demand programs that you can go back and watch anytime you want.
I know.
So somebody might just be mischievous and just send it to your parents just because they said that.
Oh, don't, please don't. But I remember when my mom used to go to the market on Fridays. So we had this shop across from us, and they would be playing these songs, right? And they weren't gospel.
Ah,
And I remember they were playing one of Beres Hammond's song. And my brother and I, we were in the house dancing and singing, man. So we didn't hear when my mom came home. And when I just turned around, I just felt her behind me. And when I looked around, she said, where in the hymnal you find that one? I was like, oh my goodness. And I couldn't tell her where in the hymnal.
well,
That one was fun.
I had a similar experience, but my song was not very spot on, and I probably don't want to say it on here right now. My
Right.
mother came and said, well, it was, yeah, she said, there's a song that Buju Banton did back in the day. Well,
Uh-huh.
two songs actually. Buju Banton did a song, and there's another song by Pinchers,
Mm,
and the song was called Agony.
I don't
Right?
know that.
Agony, right? No, I'm not going to sing it. And so my mother, my mother came around, and I was playing this song, and we are Christian young men, and grew up in the
Yes.
church and all of that, and it's a Christian family home. When
Right.
Friday comes, sunset. By
Yes,
Friday
ma'am.
4 o'clock,
Time.
business
Yes.
done. No more everything. You have to be
Yes.
ready for.
Yes.
Get
Yes.
yourself organized. It's not like now when everybody's still doing things after Sabbath and everybody's still doing other
Right.
different things. But at that point, by 4 o'clock, I had to be in line, bathe already, and start my shoes clean long time before 4 o'clock.
Yes.
And
Ready for church.
I'm singing choruses for welcoming the Sabbath, right?
For sure.
And my mother, I'm playing Hagani and in the yard, and she come out. I'm going to give you some agony today, you see, so.
Listen, our parents knew how to humble us back then. And on that note, I want to say welcome to Jax. That's not her real name, but I'll call her. That's what I call her anyway. So I see Jax online. Thank you for joining. And she said, "Girls we have to treat ourselves. Yeah, we do. We have to take time to treat ourselves and to have fun, right? And we're gonna talk about Diane Jackson a little bit because they're gonna come up in one of my experiences that I really look forward to every year. Now that we have done the icebreaker segment, we want to get to the real talk. And tonight we said that we're talking about girls just wanna have fun. So my next question to us is, as a woman, have you ever felt guilty for enjoying yourself? Where do you think that guilt came from? Hmm. Well, I must say that yes, I have felt guilty for having fun. And one of the reasons for that is because I have spent a lot of my life being in survival mode because of trauma. And so every day I would wake up. Dai said no, for sure. That's for sure, Diane. You're not going to feel guilty for having fun. You are very intentional in having fun. And because of the past traumas, like every day at one point in my life, I had to make sure that how am I going to get through today? So I never thought of fun. It wasn't on my agenda. And then at some point in my life, I remember just talking with friends and just having this belly laugh, just laughing until my cheeks and my tummy hurt. And there was like a woof, like, what are you doing? How dare you be happy? You're not used to this. And in that moment, I felt so guilty for being happy. And I know it feels weird. I know it sounds weird. But I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was just genuinely happy in that moment. And it just felt foreign to me. And I had to be intentional in saying to myself, hey, Nicola, you deserve to have fun. You deserve to be happy. Right? So, yes, I am learning that it's okay. And there are persons, I must say, who will tell you that they're scared to have fun or scared to feel happy because when they're happy now, like something is going to happen afterwards to make them feel sad. But the reality is, life is a season. And if we're in a happy season, I think we need to take advantage of that and just be happy. Just live in the moment, right? Because at the end of the day, when that season comes, when you're not happy, sometimes it's those memories that we had, right, that can help us get through when we're not in such a happy mood. But hey, as God's girls, as children of women and men of God, we are. God, I'm sure God is happy when we're happy. He wants us to have fun, right? Okay. Anybody else? Does anybody else feel guilty for having fun? Or is it just me? All right. My next question. What does fun look like for you as a woman of faith in 2025? What does fun look like for you in 2025? Now, this is where I said that I would have to mention Dai and Jax because since 2018, I've had a group of women from my church who were, I don't know if they knew it at the time, but they made sure that I was a part of the women's convention trip. And that trip we went to the BRAC. I believe that was 2018. And from 2018 until now, I have, for most of the years, mm, I have been going on women's convention trip. And that is such a blessing to be traveling with women of your faith, Christian women, traveling together overseas to our church women's conference, right? Specifically Camp Kalakwa. And we get to travel, we get to attend Christian retreat for a spiritual recharge. We get to see women from different cultures dancing, displaying their talents, singing. And yes, at Camp Kalakwa, even though we have the spiritual aspect of it, and I'm telling you, the spiritual aspect of it, it is so beautiful when we are in worship, and the ladies here can testify. When we are in worship, it's like everybody, you do not have time to see your neighbor, nobody. You're just focusing on just the presence of the Lord and just basking into the goodness of God and just worshiping. And then in the nights, we would have the banquet, and you would see these beautiful women from all over the world displaying their talents. And I can tell you that we do have some Hawaiian, right? They dance so beautifully, and women singing and doing poems, and all of this, it's all godly fun. And I would encourage every woman, if you can, to go on these retreats because you get to connect with your sisters not only on a spiritual level but emotionally, socially, right? And when we're able to connect, then we find that our church community actually grows. So I want to say thank you to two of the ladies who are on here tonight for including me in those trips overseas. I can't even explain it, but I do look forward to those trips. And you can tell me about yours. How do you, as a woman of faith, have fun even now in the year 2025? And so I'm seeing and she says she enjoys spending time with her family and her friends. And Jack says, my favorite song. le- Jack says, my favorite song is Let's Give Them Something to Talk About. Yes, Jack, give them something to talk about. I love it. I wasn't ready. Come on in the room, lovely. Come on in the room. And I am no longer alone. I now have. I wonder if we should take a break. What if I take a break? I may lose my audience. But don't go.
We'll take a break, and when we come back,
All right.
How to produce your podcast? Flashpoint Media makes it very easy. We can relieve you of the headache by recording your podcast for you. So, take the first step to getting your content to your desired audience. Contact us here at Flashpoint and your podcast will be live in no time. Our website is www.flashpointmedia.ky or call us at 345-321-6969. That's 345-321-6969.
When the world quiets down and the noise of the day fades away, that's when the real conversations begin. The ones we hide, the ones we fear, the ones that need to be heard. Conversations After Dark with Mario, where the silence ends and truth begins. Every Wednesday night at 10 p.m., Mario takes you on a journey through the real, raw, and rarely spoken truths that shape our lives. From personal battles to family struggles, community wounds to silent traumas. No topic is too taboo, no story too deep. It's not just talk, it's healing. This is a space where shame is shattered, silence is broken, and truth finally speaks. Conversations After Dark with Mario, every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Only on Flashpoint Radio, www.flashpointmedia.ky. Stay up, speak up, heal forward.
And welcome back to Flash Talk, the Uncut edition. And tonight we are talking about girls just want to have fun. Now I want to thank you, the audience, for staying with us. We really appreciate that. And I'm so happy to have Ellie join me. So now we can start to have some fun. Well, let me not diss my audience because they were keeping my company and we were having fun. But Ellie, and you're looking so beautiful.
Thank you. I don't. Thank you so much.
You're not, it's okay. It's okay. You are looking lovely. I love it. I love it. And we were talking about women feeling, just having fun in 2025, women of faith. And Dai did mention that on these trips, we realized that our problems are nothing compared to other ladies' problems when we go away. And it is true. When you go and you hear these stories that these women share, some of the things that we complain about, Ellie, we would not. I'm telling you. So it's really good going and just sharing with persons from different cultures, different backgrounds. And when you listen to their story, if we thought that God was dead, they have helped us to just renew that belief that indeed we serve not just a mighty God, but a merciful God, a miracle working God. So we're on the topic. Girls just want to have fun. Ellie,
There's a boy with his hand up.
there's a boy with his hand up.
Do you think you should acknowledge him?
Who has his hand up? Michael. Michael, you're gonna tell us how women have fun.
No, jeez. The question is what you did a while ago was to tell the story of this woman, the women's convention, that is such a lovely thing, right? And that woman, the women's convention that is so lovely, is basically what happened is that he actually went and did a lot of talking about how to be, better wives, right?
Yes.
Was it mainly problems?
Let me let you.
I was thought about it. I just said if the women's convention, I don't know. I'm just saying this. Let me see if I can get this right.
Right.
All right, I got it right. I want to ask. I want to say, did the convention make the husbands happier when the women came back from it, refreshed and all? And was
I would, of course, because women now, when they come back, they are relaxed, they are renewed, they are revived. Yes, of course. And listen,
and they can take on it, and they can take on the problem when they come back.
You're not going to wind me up tonight. you
All right, I'm finished. I'm done. I just thought I heard that. All right, I thought
Let
I
me
heard
say
it.
this, Michael. The same Camp Kalakwa, we do have men who go there as
I
well
know,
for
I
their
know,
retreats,
I know,
you
I
know.
know,
And don't worry, men, we are going
I
to be
know.
talking
I
about
just asked, I
what
just asked what happened if when they come back, if the women just made a pack and say, let's treat our husbands better when we get back home, you know. All right, girls having fun.
Oh,
You can take me off the screen now. I'm done. I'm not going to stay any longer. Finish.
yes, and wow, that came true. She said, yes, we get stronger when we come back. And yes, Michael, in a positive way.
Well, put me back on the screen now. Put me back on the screen.
No.
Please put me back. Please put me back. Because I hear exactly what you said. I think you should join us for next week's conversation after dark with Mario. And we have that conversation when the stronger women, when the women come back and get so strong, you know. So, yeah, thank you.
Yes,
You can
thank you
take me
very
off
much.
now, please. I can't.
Thank you very much. And I see Jax here. She said, "No, Nikki, I work too hard to feel guilty." So Ellie, I was asking the woman like, when you have fun, do you feel guilty? And I was saying at one point I used to feel guilty. How about you?
Same here.
Mm.
It was a moment when you recognize that it's okay and it's
Mm.
part of your self care. I want to say a special big up to the lady Cassie this evening. Today is World Self Care Day. And as
Mm.
women, sometimes we really don't know how to unwind. And when you get that moment to just catch that breath of fresh air,
Mm.
it revitalizes you. And therefore, initially I felt guilty, but now I understand how important it is as
Mm.
part of self care
Mhm.
to have these moments of having fun for you, for
I
me.
know
And that's
exactly.
fine.
Because we need that. We need that. And I have another question. Has God ever surprised you by showing up in a fun or light-hearted moment? Can you recall God showing up in a fun way for you?
There are times when I have to pause and say, God, easy, easy. And I'll tell you this. There was a time, I'm glad you brought that up.
Mhm.
I'm glad you brought that up, girl. So, listen, there was a time when I had a trip to go to Hawaii and I was not prepared financially for the trip. So I said, really, no. When my husband said to me, we're going to Hawaii and whatever, I said, no, we have stuff that, priority.
Mhm.
And long and short, I went on that trip. We found innovative ways
Mm.
to enjoy it without, having all the fluff, but in our own way. And I paused and said, God, you mean that you have to take me halfway around the world, right? And even without having a whole bag of money, you have shown me another beautiful side of the world. And I was like, God, you still so.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. We serve a God who is just awesome. He is an amazing God. And for me, Ellie, I must say that God really has a good sense of humor. And He has shown me that through my daughter. My daughter is so witty. She thinks on her feet like that. And whenever we're having conversations or we're just having our downtime, the things that this young lady says, and I'm like, God, that had to be you. That had to be you. So he does have his ways of showing up in our lives, and we're
Yes,
really grateful for that,
yes,
Ellie. We're
yes,
really grateful
yes,
for that.
yes.
And it says, Jack says, just having a few of my ladies having a good laugh makes me really happy. Now, I can tell you, Ellie, when I'm ready to laugh, not at people, but when I'm ready to laugh, it's not normal. It's not normal. I love, I just love having fun. Now, while as we wind down, though, I have a question. And what is one thing, Ellie, that people assume that good Christian girls can't do, but you have done it? Well, if it is something that you can talk about. Well,
I dance.
Mhm.
I love to dance.
Mhm.
And my mom will say, you don't know. I mean, I just need the music to start striking, and I just start moving.
You're listening to
I'm
Flashpoint.
just moving. I'm just enjoying the vibe. And yeah, I love to dance.
And
And I don't think I'm any less of a Christian. I still connect with the master on a personal level. Yeah, man, I love to dance.
and I'm sure that I can remember we're at this party and we had this particular pastor there, but we didn't know he was there. And the music started. And let me tell you, we started to dance, man.
Girls just want to have
That's what
fun.
happened. And the pastor just came from me and was like, hello, sisters. And listen, we just started laughing.
You're free.
Yeah. But I love to dance. I enjoy dancing. I enjoy singing. I enjoy laughing. And this may sound weird again, but one of the things people assume good Christian girls can't do that I do, I enjoy going for my monthly pedicure. And for some persons, you may be raising your eyebrow and be like, yeah, but that's normal. Well, not for me. Growing up, and I'm sure it happened to Ellie as well, growing up, we could not wear um, not even the little clear ones, nail. It was a nail polish, those ones, the top, the coat top, right? We couldn't wear Vaseline on the lip. But maybe you could, but I could. So Vaseline, so no lip gloss, no
So
thing
you
on the
broke your
finger.
broke out now.
Broke out, no Ellie.
Write it, broke out. I want to say big up to the man Mario.
No. Let me say, Ellie. Mario had no part in it. Mario was over there minding his own business.
Big up Mario.
Big up Mario. But yeah, that's all right. But I tell you that I look forward to that. I look forward to getting my pedicure as a Christian woman. It is a part of my self care, and I look forward to that. And I do that without
Guilt.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I look forward to it. And oh, she said, you're welcome, Nikki. We enjoy your company on all our trips. Yay! I'm so happy to hear that.
Oh, that's so nice.
I know, right?
Yes.
I know. And is there here and no? So Maria said
cockroach no business in a fall fight.
Maria said cockroach no business in a fall fight. Because we're talking about girls just want to have fun. He's like, I am not getting involved in that fall fight. So that's fine, Maria. You can stay over there. It's okay.
And the after dog thing around.
I know.
Yeah.
But here's another question though. Here's another question. And Desmond is over there laughing at us. I tell you. And I want us to understand that fun, it is holy, It is holy. Nothing is, let me just put it out there. Nothing is wrong with having fun, right, Ellie?
Nothing is wrong.
Nothing is wrong.
Nothing
So
is
say,
wrong.
like you mean it, no?
Nothing is wrong.
Say confident. You don't really sound confident.
Listen, if you know Ellie, you know fun. I mean, listen, there are just times when I just need to get my fun in,
Mm-hmm.
and I do it wholeheartedly. You know what? Listen, I am so happy to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
And that alone is what I need to just have fun and just live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I feel have fun. Yeah.
So my question to you out there and Ellie, what would you say to your younger self about fun, faith, and freedom? While Ellie thinks about it, to my younger self, I would say pants wearing does not strip me of my salvation. Wearing braids does not make me less of a Christian. Wearing lip gloss does not make me a sinner. I'm just saying.
Who's your pastor?
Well, he's not on tonight.
I need to have a word with your pastor. That's what I have to say.
But that's freedom. That's freedom. That's what I would say to my younger self. Yeah.
Well, I've always come to the realization that the best time is now. That's what I would say to my younger self, because when I was younger, I didn't recognize that those were the better years of my life, where I could probably do what do you call it? This thing, I know, have a hip pain or a neck pain and a hip, or have to concentrate and think about doing it. Right? You were too busy walking that narrow path that you didn't even realize that the better years are passing by. So I say to my younger self, just live, my girl, enjoy it, live and full joy.
Yeah. And another.
Oh, somebody have two hands up.
Wait,
not even
is that
one.
Mikey again? And while Mikey comes on, one of the things I would say to Ellie is worry less about what people think of me. I was such a people pleaser.
I still do it, and
Me
I don't know
too.
how to get over it sometimes.
It's.
I want to build that immunity. Like,
All right, Michael. See, I see both hands. Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead, Michael.
I'm sorry. See, I have a pin. I have a pin. I watch. I saw on a cartoon, on a newspaper cartoon once, where people were in the school, family and all, father, mother, children, one bunch of people, everybody in there jumping around, and they're it's like in the sea, right? In the sea, in the ocean, and yes, and they're having a lot of fun, you know. And while they're having a lot of fun, what happened was they're in one slide they were happy and having a good time. And then and in the next slide, in the bottom of in the ocean, they were still having fun, but there were two lobsters underneath there, or crabs as you were, right? And they were there, your big claws like this, right? Big, you see the crabs, their big arm, right? And lobsters have it too. And they were there, and he says, he said, what is our purpose in all of this, this scenario? He said, well, we are the ones who adjust the scene and make things, maintain the normalcy of things. In the next slide, you see the on the big toe of the one of the persons who are swimming and enjoying themselves and happy was the crab latching on to it, and he's screaming. And in the slide it says, and so we strike balance. That for me was very interesting to see, right? So,
and it's true.
And so there is a balance to be struck. And I would go back, if we're looking at the whole thing, do the Egyptians have good fun versus the Israelites? And then if you could identify the Egyptians different from the Israelites, that was a thing to see. And so if we're going to be Christian women and non-Christian women, then shouldn't be there a clear, whether or not dancing is a part of it, whether the dress code is whatever. But isn't there supposed to be, and I'm not talking about women now, it's women night, so next time I guess we're going to talk about the men, just like to have fun. And
Mm-hmm.
like women, we do too. Especially, yeah, we like to have fun. And so, shouldn't the women look, at least the Israelites look different from the Egyptians? And that's the question, I wanted to just leave it on the table because if we are looking more like the Egyptians, then more like unlikely that those are Egyptians women, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And if they are
Mm-hmm.
looking more like Israelite, then these are Egyptian Israelite women. I
Mm-hmm.
remember this story that when they said Moses had gone and they said, "Who's on the Lord's side?" Joshua said, "Who's on the Lord's side? Come on this side." And this was
Mm-hmm.
not people in the world they were talking about. They were talking about
Mm-hmm.
the entire Israelite nation and they were offering the idea of some
Mm-hmm.
that were not on the Lord's side. Now, if you're not on the Lord's side, whose side were you on?
Mm-hmm.
That's the question that was asked in the camp. And so they said, if those on the Lord's side step over, you know what? A whole bunch of people never come over the line because they knew they weren't on the Lord's side. So clearly, we have to be clearly identifiable, and at some point while the fun is going on, we might have to be a clear distinction that we are not that group over there, sir, but we are this group. If we even dance to the songs, we are not that group, and maybe we dance a little bit different than that group, just slightly different, maybe, just to show that there's a distinction. Or
Thank
maybe,
you.
or maybe dress a little different. Like
Mm-hmm.
what I realize now is that our young ladies now are wearing pants in well, some churches wear the pants, some don't. Some churches wear jewelry, some don't. And of course, I think it's a twist between Christianity. That's what make it Christianity seeming so fickle and so what many would consider controversial, not amongst people but amongst itself. And that is a tricky thing. And using the one Bible to have so many denominations, that's another matter altogether. That's not what we
Yeah.
are talking about. Girls just
Right.
want to have fun, but I guess we have to mirror that fun somewhere.
Yeah. Because the truth is,
Take me off the screen. Take me off the screen.
oh,
Go ahead.
Desmond said, Mikey, we definitely need a program like this for us as men. And I agree. I agree, Desmond. And what I want our ladies to understand is, as Christian women, sometimes we have so many things bombarding us in life, right? And we want all of us to understand that it's okay. It's okay to take a step back sometime. Life gets busy. We're trying to navigate our families, work, church,
Mm-hmm.
so many things, right? And so, as Mikey said, we have to be able to strike that balance.
Balance.
And in order for us to do that, then we have to understand that spiritual, emotional, physical, mental, right? Social, all these things make us whole. And when we're healthy in all areas, then of course, we can glorify God. We can show up and worship and glorify God when we are healthy holistically. And having fun contributes to our health as well, right? Now, Michael mentioned something, and I have a question. How do you balance honoring God and still show up confidently? Mikey, don't come for me. In your femininity.
Let me come with this. Can I put me back on the screen now, please?
You have to know you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make that connection at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And it might sound cliche or so simple,
Mm-hmm.
but for years I was so busy that when it finally calmed down and I was able to listen to my own self,
Mm-hmm.
just connect with who I am and being able to know what I like, what I don't like, and uh, find those moments to know me and love me.
Mm-hmm.
And that connection with God is the foundation on what which you stand. And I believe once you reach that point, and not everybody gets there at the same time,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because you have been taught a narrative and you are running in this kind of a wheel and spinning and going and pleasing everybody else. And then you just stop and make that connection.
Mm-hmm.
it's life changing.
Word, word. And we are winding down. We're winding down. And Ellie, what does freedom in Christ look like for you practically? Practically. And while you think about it, freedom in Christ for me looks like me no longer living under the shadow of asking, am I enough? Freedom in Christ is me understanding and believing through my experience with God and through His Word that I am loved, I am held, and I am freed from the traumas of my past that has been keeping me in survival mode. Freedom in Christ is understanding that the only way I am going to be able to navigate everything that comes at me is maintaining and growing that vertical relationship with God, maintaining that. And it is so important that we as women understand that when Jesus, you ever notice that every woman, irrespective of their background, irrespective of what they did, when they came to Christ, they were never the same again. Why is that? Because of how Jesus dealt with them, because of how loving and tender and caring Jesus was. And some of these women, they could have moved on with their lives, but they decided to follow Jesus and to spread the word. And as Christian women, we cannot go out there and keep looking as though life is right. As Christians, we want to show up, we want to represent Christ and be our best selves. And one of the way we can do that is to have fun in Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Can I have a witness?
Amen.
There are so many examples in the Bible, and as I contemplated the question, I was left quite in deep thought because personally, I have struggled with the idea of living in a box and thinking that I can only survive in this box. So, freedom for me is recognizing that there's life outside the box created by others. When that connection with God comes, then He is the one that directs your path. How you think, how you live, how you have your being, and how you have fun. Not inside the box that someone gave you to play around and move inside that box, but within the constraints that God gives you. So He is my all in all. And there are moments that I have to pause, maintain that connection. But I struggle with the box. I do. Can I tell you?
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Box.
And that is why the program is called what, Ellie?
Flash Talk
The
Uncut.
Uncut. And I see Miss Paulette, and she says it's about your relationship with God. Do not go against your conscience. And that is so important, right? Allow it to be your guide. So it's okay to go out with friends while setting that boundary. And if somebody is saying or doing something that goes against your moral, right, as a Christian, it is okay to use your voice to say, I am not comfortable with this. And if there cannot be a change, then I cannot be in this environment. It is okay to say that, right? And Tamar says, just be moderate and mindful that being a child of God is not like a light switch.
No, that's a word. Switch it on, switch it on, switch it on, switch it on. Yeah.
It doesn't matter where we go, where we are, who we're with, we are still women of God.
Amen.
Amen. And Jack says, I call it making my steps count.
Oh, wow.
Jack says, I call it making my steps count. Dancing is exercise, so enjoy it. And I agree. I agree, right? I found out the other day that a lot of women who started to lose weight, it was by dancing, right? Just dancing. And listen now, do not, ladies,
Don't
do
let me
not
see you at the
walk with.
carnival. Don't let me see you out there when Batabano
No,
come.
no, no.
I don't. There,
We don't do that.
I,
We don't do that.
we're not words.
No, we're not doing that. Right? So the dancing we're talking about, let's say the holy dance. Right? Is this holy? Is it? Yeah, there we go. There we go. We don't need to go further than that, right? And so my final question to us is what is one way? What is one way you're inviting more joy and fun into your life this season as a Christian woman? And I would love to hear from our ladies online. What is one way you're inviting more fun and joy into your life this season? Um, One of the things I've started to do at this during this season of my life is to understand that, believe it or not, life is short. And with that reality, I am being intentional in thinking positive. Every day I wake up, having that connection with God and be positive. I do not want room in my life for, negativity, but being intentional in being positive, in being a blessing to others, putting a smile on people's faces, because the reality is I have fun when I see other people having good fun. I have fun watching people being happy. And if I can contribute to that, that's fun for me. Another thing is, like I said it before, worry less about what others think. Once I know that my life is in line and my relationship with God is constantly growing and I'm deepening that every day. Because the truth is, someone once said that if you knew the things that people said about you behind your back, you probably wouldn't have friends. Right? And sometimes when people say things that they sound so good that they fill your head, that we now walk around with this, become proud and pompous. And then there are times when we may hear negative things about ourselves as well that really put us in a depressing state. Because, Ellie, no matter what I say, no matter what I do, people are going to talk.
That's what they do.
Women are going
That's
to
what we
talk,
do.
right? So we have to get to that place, right? So when we attract joy, we are releasing negativity.
Mhm.
And I believe that the change I want to see has to begin with me, right? So I don't want any room in my life where I'm out there discussing women and tearing other women down. No, we really don't have time for that, because when I say life is short, which means the coming of Jesus, it's nearer every day, right? And so we want to make sure that we use the time that we have to just connect with God and to witness to others, because he that shall come, he's going to come. He's going to come. And Di says, just be thankful every day. Aww. And Di says, just keep smiling, right? And the song that comes to mind is, keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on
me for sure. That's what friends are for.
Finish it, Ellie.
For good times
And
and
bad
bad
times,
times.
I'll be on your side forevermore.
That's That's what friends are
And your
for.
friends over here, we're going to take a short break and then we will wrap up tonight's Flash Talk. Don't go anywhere. As a matter of fact, some you who joined tonight, like up, see the button there? Just press it. Like it, please. Like it. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
When you need ultrasound that's safe and effective, you must visit Asai Ultrasound Imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4 Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with over 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. Asai Ultrasound Imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call Asai Ultrasound Imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
All right, and welcome back to Fresh Talk, Uncut Edition. And I see Edgar online. And Edgar, earlier you mentioned that you know, well, you said there's a way women can have clean fun. I think that's what you said. So can you put it in the chat for us? How how can women have clean or holy fun? Tell us about it. And I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us tonight. I really had fun, I must say. And tonight was proof that fun isn't the enemy of faith. You know what? You know what the enemy is? Fear. Fear is the enemy. And sometimes the holiest thing that we can do is laugh until our stomach hurts, dance in our living room, or say yes to a last minute girls' trip with some of your favorite people, right? Joy is resistance, fun is healing, and freedom, that is your birthright in Christ. The song says, I'm no longer slave to fear because I am a child of God. And I want us to understand that. When we have that connection with Jesus, when we have that communion with Him, some of the fear that tends to cripple us, we tend to find it, moving away from us. And freedom, I want us, ladies and gentlemen, to go ahead, be bold, be joyful, be full of joy. It's okay. Have some fun. But as Sister Hall said, make sure that our conscience is our guide. Because guess what? Really, as a fact, we do want to have fun. Us girls, there are times when we just want to have fun. And I'm sure that God is not mad about that. He's not. So this week, I encourage us, find some time for ourselves to just have some fun. It was a pleasure being your moderator tonight, and I do hope that you enjoyed this segment called Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. You take care now. Until next week. Bye.
This is Fresh Talk, the Uncut edition. Say it just how you feel it.
No filters, no fluff, just real talk with the full flashpoint fam. Get with it.
From hot takes to belly laughs, the crew is locked in and ready.
From debates that might get a little spicy, including all VIP members. This is where vibes meets voice, jokes meets truth, and we talk things.
We are here to get real.
It's raw, it's real, and it's about time.
Big conversation. This is Flash Talks, the Uncut edition. Flash Farm. What are the things then now?
Real people, real voices, real conversations.
Flash Talk, the Uncut edition, at 7 p.m. every Thursday, right here on Flashpoint.